Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the new NAS device that I picked up recently. I hooked it up to my system and I have it connected to be used with Proxmox, and I'm using it for backing up VMs, storing ISO images, and it's shared between both machines. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the device, and then I'll show you what I had to do in this device's web interface to get it to work and what I had to do in Proxmox. Alright, so here is my new, well, not new, but it's my NAS device that I acquired. And within it, it has 4 drive bays, and each drive bay has 2 terabyte drives in it for a total of 8 terabyte, and it can be maxed out at 4 terabytes per drive bay, which will total 16, which is nice, because right now I'm going to be using it for backing up my virtual machines from both my Proxmox servers here. And once I ever get my 2 big storage units fixed, then I'm probably create a share and store it on here instead of here, and then this I'll probably put somewhere else. Not exactly sure. And you can see right here that this has 2 gigabit ports and 2 USBs in the back plus 1 in the front, and basically with it for storage of ISOs and container templates. The one thing I did learn from this was that okay, so basically that was the device. I've only got one network connection connected to it. I'm gonna see if I can use the other connection with a different network, because I wouldn't mind using that, because some future expansions that are coming my way, hopefully soon, maybe, depends. If I set up the other, the old laptop of mine as a FreeNAS, I mean not a FreeNAS, another Proxmox virtual server, this way I can show you guys how to set things up and stuff like that with it. I'll probably revisit this if that works and show you exactly how I did it in Proxmox, set up the NFS share. There might be other videos out there, but at least I could show you, once I get it. So, okay, so here's the actual SIF accessing it through my Windows machine. You will have to turn on, if you have Windows 10, SMB 1.0, because it's turned off by default, and I had to look that up because I wasn't sure why it wasn't working, because I was like, that's crazy, because Proxmox was seeing it to a degree. Actually, it was giving me a weird error when I was trying to do CIFS, and I can't remember what the error code was, and I was like, okay, fine. But anyways, so I decided to set up as an NFS share too, which you can do that, which I'll show you in the web interface here in a moment. Hang on one second. This way you can see my cursor a little better. So this is the actual accessing it through CIFS or SMB. I created 2 shares. I created a VM media and a VM backup. The backup, which will be running here soon, this is where the backups of the VMs are going to go. The VM media is where the ISOs and other things are to be stored on this device. So that way, like, if you go into Proxmox's interface and look where your storage media is, you can actually like download like pre-made templates and stuff like that from the Proxmox interface. So I went ahead, and once I got this set up with the 2 shares, it's right here in template, and then you see ISO, And as you can see right here, I've already put a bunch of ISOs that I have that I want, plus the latest VirtIO drivers right there. I have a couple of 2019s, a 2016, the new Proxmox backup server, which I may look into. I don't know yet. pfSense, and Oracle Linux 8, which is 8.5, which is based off of Red Hat. And at some point, whenever the next one is, they'll do that. But anyways, I got sidetracked. Sorry about that. Plus Windows XP, Debian 11.1. So as you can see, this is where I can store all my ISOs, and this way both machines have access to it. Back. And I want to say private. Nope, that's empty. What about dump? That's weird. So I could have swore. Oh no, here it is. For some reason, they call for the templates. For I'm drawing a blank. Because Proxmox can do both virtual machines and containers. That's it. Swear to God, my mind's going. But for some reason, instead of calling it containers or container templates or CT template or whatever the case may be, they store it in the folder called cache. Dumb name. So here's where I've already put Debian 10 Turnkey Ansible, because I'm wanting to try some of this stuff out, because I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Sync thing, definitely. I just wish they had a feature where I can dump things down. It's a one-way dump, but if I delete something from my phone, it doesn't delete it there. I'll have to see if there's any way I can then move it from wherever it's stored there to somewhere else so that it doesn't delete it off of there. But again, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, this way, this way, here's container templates for that stuff. And that's why I wanted to set this up, to at least offload a lot of storage, especially since my 710 only has 300 gigabyte SAS drives in there. And they're 2.5-inch drives, and I really don't want to buy SATA drives. I've already got those. So I would rather just use those for just the actual operating system itself and stuff like that. Eventually, depending, I may experiment with running a few of the VM. I may create a share on this drive for not only backups but for VM storage itself. I don't want to do that right away because, and I have this set up as a RAID 10, or in some people's cases 1+0 or 0+1, whichever way you want to look at it. So what it's done is it's striped 2 of the 2 terabytes together and the other 2 terabytes together, and then everything's mirrored between the two volumes. So that way, if one drive goes bad in one set, the other set kicks in, and vice versa. So that way I have at least a little bit of redundancy. It's not perfect yet. Still looking at some other things to do. If I have my file server access this, then I can, because I'm planning on hopefully next year an off-site backup in case my house becomes a smoking crater. I don't have to worry about, oh crap, I just lost a ton of data that will take me either A, 600 years to re-download, or B, if I can't find it, oh crap, I can't find these programs and all this other stuff. So that's pretty much why I want to set this up. At least this way I have a backup that's not on the server. And then I can restore the VMs if for some reason that something like that happens. Okay, so let's go to the interface here. So for services, we're in the standard, and here, let me blow this up. There, that should be big enough for you guys. Sorry about that. I should have had that already set up. But under services, standard file sharing protocols, CIFS is, and it's referred to as SMB for Windows. I have that turned on. I think I'm going to turn this one off just because of the simple fact that I don't have Apple products. I'm not planning on ever having Apple products and don't really care to ever have Apple products, but that's me. All right, so that's now off. So this way here, this is what I had to turn on so that Proxmox could see it. And the weird thing is, in their stupid thing, it doesn't say sharing or anything like that, because I think it says no, and I know it has a 1, and it was really weird because the way they have it worded, but I was able to share with, like I said, both Proxmox servers that I have, and they both have access to it. I don't have any streaming services enabled, I don't think. No, I don't have any of this because this is not what this is going to be used for. Don't have this Bonjour service. I'm not worried about that. So when I came here to volumes and volume setting, and this is where I initially tried to set this all up. So, I had it set to, as you can see here, RAID 10. Not lying, RAID 10. 4 disks. So this way here, 4 terabytes, 4 terabytes. When I came over here, and I think, yeah, see, I have this set to run. I shouldn't have that at 1 o'clock. I need to change this to 8. There we go. This way here, it doesn't do the disk scrub while it's trying to back up. Because me like a dumbass, yeah. So anyways, I don't have it set to snapshot, but this was like redlined all the way here, and I think it said like 99%, which is nuts. And that was because I had this turned on. I enabled iSCSI support, and for some reason, I don't know if it's a bug in it or what, but it just, like I said, it maxed this out, and it was telling me I was out of space. I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't even stored anything on this. So, and I didn't want it to delete the volume, just because of the fact is that it would delete everything off of there, and I really didn't want to create it because it took like 5 hours for it to set up the 4 drives as it is. So all I did was I deleted the stuff here, because when you enable it, I mean, I'm not going to supply it or anything like that, and for some stupid reason it's not giving me the thing, but I have to hit apply. Well, I'm not doing that. But you have to set up like the iSCSI target and all this other goofy crap, and I'm not going to mess with it, but I didn't, after like I said, this here was like red and it said 99%. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not using this. So when I did, then the space went down to, I think it was like so many megs. The only reason why it's at 91 is because I've added all that stuff from Proxmox to it. So that fixed that. So, and by the, yeah, this is the ReadyNAS Pro 4. And then here's where you can, I want to continue because I really don't care because I'm not applying anything. And here's where you can create your shares. I mean, you can view them, and here's where you can add support for the different things right here. And what you would do is, I think, yeah, see, basically you double click on the little paper as you saw, and then you can add it, turn it on, and all kinds of stuff. And like I said, I don't have Apple products, not planning on having Apple products, and don't care. Don't care about HTTPS, advanced options. This is just like, share folder owner, nobody, no group. I don't have any particular security setup right at the moment because I want to get this working first. Then I'll worry about like limiting its access to just like my laptop and the 2 servers, so this way nobody else can get to it if they hack in. I may look at some other stuff too for security for it, but here's where you can like configure your NFS share for read-only hosts, blah blah blah. Enable sync mode, which forces the ReadyNAS to commit each write request to disk before acknowledging the NFS client that the write request has completed. Faster performance, so I figure I'd leave it off. And then to add a share, you can add up to 5 shares, and you can uncheck this if you want public access or not. And then basically once you create your 5 shares, once you hit apply down here, you can create more. It's just that I guess they just limit what you display here to this here, and which we'll go ahead and create one. VM storage. Okay, and don't get that capitalized. And like I said, I'm not going to use it right away. Because like I said, basically, it all depends on if some things happen. But I wouldn't mind moving things from that to something like that. And if I'm going to do that, I'd rather run it off of the 2 big storage units I have a share, export it out that way, just so that way, if for some ungodly reason, one of the drives mess up, at least with free or true NAS, it has that redundancy, and I want to create a large pool of drives, have 3 drives, so up to 3 drives can fail, and I won't lose everything. I'd rather just do it with backups right now and the ISOs, because that kind of stuff I can recopy and download. And the backups, I can just re-back up the working machines as long as the 2 servers don't decide to die or anything like that. But that's pretty much that there. And then backup, you could set up a backup job of some type. No scheduled backup jobs. Program the backup button on the front of this device to execute 1 or more backup jobs. As a remote. And I guess you can do like different things. Again, I might look at this and maybe, I don't know. I haven't really, like I said, I just got this. I've never really played with one of these, so I'm not exactly sure what all I can do with it. But as time goes, I might make more videos where I will show what I'll do with it when, like I said, my systems change and all kinds of other stuff. Again, this is for Apple Time Machine. It's for Apple's Time Machine, which again, don't have any. And ReadyNAS Vault allows continuous and scheduled backups of your ReadyNAS data to a secure online vault. For convenience, the backup data can be managed and accessed wherever you have internet access. For more information, please click here, which is probably something that they want you to pay for. No. I'll pay for my own. And it also has a thing for that you can make this a print server. So, if you can get access to anyone, they might have similar things, because this is a few years old. And then system, you can check the clock, alerts, performance, language, update, config backup, power, shutdown, and status. You can see your health, which tells you all this here. Temperature's fairly normal. Drives are fine. And then logs. That just tells you all, everything that this machine's done. And then there was add-ons, I guess, to add maybe some additional functionality at one point in time. Considering this is like in their legacy thing, they've probably done away with it, and I don't know if there's any way to. Again, I'm not trying to get too fancy with this. I'm going to use it for what it can be, and at some point in time, if I can come up with the money, I want to buy 4 Iron Wolf Pro drives of 4 terabytes each. Just max this thing out to 16 gigs, and I don't, or 16 terabytes, then I don't have to worry about any of this. You know, like shortage of space, I can do other things, and not only that, but because of those drives, like I said again, depending upon the performance, which I don't know how well that's going to work running a virtual machine from a NAS that's only got a 1 gigabit I hate when my mind does it. One gigabit network port, you know, because even though that you could probably configure, you know, like NIC teaming or something, you know, whatever it's called. I don't really think that because I've done that before and it has increased the performance. Like, I had a 4 terabyte, or not a 4 terabyte, oh my god. I had a 4 port gigabit NIC when I was running not Proxmox, Apple, I can't think of it. I hate when I do this. Plex, that's it. When I was running Plex on an actual piece of hardware, I had a NIC that had 4 ports, and they were gigabit. Teamed them all together. This was with an old D-Link switch that I used to have, and I got rid of that a long time ago because it was really hard to configure. I really like the Unify stuff as opposed to that. And I teamed them all together, and it was 4 gigabit, and I was hoping it was going to help me with like the streaming of 4K video and stuff like that, and may make it a little easier and, you know, keep it consistent. And it really didn't. What fixed that was adding a graphics card to handle the video transcoding and stuff like that, because a lot of the videos apparently like to be transcoded. Excuse me. So I mean, I know I can play with it. So I know I can configure it, but I really don't know if that's what I want to do. I really don't think that's gonna work out that well for me. So I probably won't. The only thing that if I do end up setting up everything on a separate network so that I can actually do things and do more things without exposing my whole home network and stuff like that, which I'm kind of hoping with some stuff that's coming up that I may be acquiring. I want to see if I can use the other gigabit port on the other network, have the same access to it, and then that way both Proxmox machines can, at least the way I want to do it. I don't want the test network to back up to this device because I'm going to destroy the VMs and recreate them anyways. But what I want it to do is to access the media shares so that it has access to the templates. It has access to the ISOs. And this way, I can have it boot up a VM and to create a VM from that on there. So that way, again, it doesn't have to have it stored locally on the machine. That's what I'm looking at. And like I said, if what's coming down the pipe works the way I'm hoping it's going to, that'll be good for me. Then that way all I have to do is just switch things over and, you know, I can do what I have to do, shut everything down. That way it's not running consistently and drawing all kinds of power. But that's if everything works the way I want it to. So that's a little thing. But as you can see, you know, you could definitely do a lot with this. Like I said, if you can get one, you know, if you find one somewhere and it's working, Definitely get it and see what because it depends on your use case. And I'm using Tom from Lawrence Systems thing because it's true. It's whatever your use case is. I'm not saying that a NAS is for everybody, because some people may not do enough on it. I mean, for most people, if you just send and receive emails, look at YouTube videos, maybe create a few documents here and there, an external hard drive that you can pick up, especially on Black Friday sales or sales throughout the year, depending upon how slow they are and how many of those things that they have sitting there. You might be able to pick up one of those, like a terabyte one, for maybe less than $100. Maybe it just depends on how much they run, because I haven't priced one in a while. But that's pretty much what I had to do. I had to turn on NFS to get it to work, to give me the option in the drop down. And like I said, at some point I will probably go over, like I said, if I get all the stuff and get everything set up and get that secondary network set up so that I can do this kind of stuff, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. But that's my new NAS device, and like I said, I actually now can back up stuff from my servers to that. Don't have to worry now if the machines decide to blow up and stop working and I can't get access to any of the data. It's backed up. All I got to do, new hardware, put it in, boom, done. The only thing I don't have yet, which, like I said, that's hopefully going to happen in 2022, is that I need to get an off-site backup storage for all this. So that way, if my house becomes a smoking crater, all my data, all my videos, stuff like this that I'm recording right now and stuff like that, they're all backed up to the cloud. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like what I do, share it with other people, hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't subscribed to my channel. Let me know what you think, what you want to see. I mean, I'll try to do the best I can. I only have so much money because nobody's supporting me. I have no Patreon or anything like that. This is stuff that it's either free or even demos that I can do online, download and test it out, or it's freeware, or like I said, however I get the hardware, as long as it's not out of somebody's trunk. If you know what I mean. But yeah, like I said, if you like what I do, like, subscribe, comment, share with other people, and as I always like to say, have a good day, guys. Take care.